All right. Let's get rolling here. Make sure we're up. We are up. Very nice. We're up. I love it. Very, very nice. We are. Here we go. Now it's coming. What's up, Greg Gold Coast? Number one again tonight. You got your, because you're on Periscope. That's why. Maybe that's why. Periscope likes me the least from a view standpoint. Hello, Holly and Kim and Sue from Connecticut and Dr. Michael Price in Omaha, Nebraska. Welcome. Hello, all out there. How are you? Good to see you. Evening to you as well. Hello, Adrian from Queens, New York. Hello, Rasmus. Hello, Douglas in Utah. Hello, how are you? Good to see you guys as well. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. Any first timers? Howdy, Lee. Aloe Gal in Texas. Hello, as always. Welcome, Noble Patriots tonight. Candace from Arizona. Hello, Angela. Lindsay from Buffalo. Buffalo, New York. Welcome. Let's see. Carrie from Arizona. LA. No, LA. My wife was on before me. So when she goes on before me until she gets her own studio, it takes me a little bit to set up. So that's all. What's up, Sylvia? Hope you're feeling better. Sean in Sun Lakes, Arizona. Welcome. How are you? Good to see you as well. All right. Who else is out there? Oldsmar from Bob in Oldsmar. Beautiful. Welcome. Net from Iowa. Hello there. How are you? How are you, Paul? Hello, Wade from Montana. Hello there. Angela from Illinois. Camp from Australia. Welcome. Amy from Wisconsin. Rachel from Maine. Someone said a good day. Daryl from North Carolina. Mary from Illinois. Welcome, Mary. Welcome, Lisa Palmerdine from the kitchen where she's eating, making food. Brian from Texas. Sean, what's going on? Matt. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandy. Hello, Sandy. Hello there, everybody. Lisa, Communist New York with a JFK Jr. avatar picture. Very nice. Carson City. Welcome. Nebraska. Welcome. Lisa from Virginia Beach. Welcome. Deborah, South Australia. My Australia patients coming in. I have a lot of distance patients from Australia. And I love watching them get better. Oh, Bane, we're going to talk a little Antarctica tonight. Yes, yes, we are. Absolutely. What's up, Dan Lynch? How are you, sir? Gulf Shores, Alabama, Stan. Welcome. Awesome. Okay. Before we get started tonight, first of all, Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, your source for health, knowledge, and freedom, or some mix of that. Health, freedom, knowledge. I always mix it up on you guys. Welcome, Noble Patriots. How are you? The Patriot Nutrition Iodine is flying off the shelf because lots of hormone stuff out there. I'm going to cover that at the end of the show. How about that? How about tonight I cover some hormones, both men and women. And we're going to discuss hormones and why you may not feel so wonderful. So, in order to get to that point, we're going to start. And I want to first tell you that I received a message last night, and I'm going to keep names very quiet. And it's regards to this great awakening we're going through. And what is the great awakening? And, you know, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of rumors out there. There's a lot of different things of who is alive, who's not alive, what's actually going on. who's orchestrating this, who's not orchestrating this, what's dark, what's light. And it's actually very fascinating because probably a couple months ago, my wife was humming a song to herself, and it's a very catchy song. I'm not going to tell you what song that is. It's a very catchy song, which I'm going to play for you tonight. And this song came back around last night after a conversation online with somebody. And I'm going to play you this song. And a lot of you are going to remember it. And I want you, when we go into this song for the next 5 minutes, I want you, one, to look at the pictures. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are not watching live right now, you're not going to see this later because the version I'm using, I'm not technically allowed to use it, but I want to use it anyway. So I'm going to put it up here live, but afterwards I'm probably going to go back in and I'm going to cut it out and edit it out. It is what it is. But as you watch this and listen to this, because it's a music video with a song, I want you to look at the pictures. I want you to look at the people in the pictures. And then I don't want you to get hung up in the beat or the rhythm. I want you to actually listen to the words. And after you're done with the song, we're going to chat a little bit. Okay? So let me cue this bad boy up. And a lot of you are going to be taken back a couple, let's say, decades. And that's okay. Okay? Because it's very important that we go back a couple of decades on this, okay? Here we go. Let me bring this up for you. Everyone's waiting and ready now, okay? This is important. Play that. Well, so, and now, guys, I know that some of the people in the video were not supposedly possibly perfect. I get it. The Mother Teresa's of the world. I get it. Some of those people were not great. I saw Jimmy Carter in there. Don't miss the grand point. So let me tell you right away. If you're one of those people, that watches that video, right? If you're one of those people that watches that video and what you do is yeah, Facebook got knocked off. Something happened with it. Who knows? Let's see. Did Facebook get knocked off? Hold on. It literally went down. Let's see a second. Let me see. Hold on a second. Hold on. Did Facebook just go... Did Facebook break? It might have. Did I break Facebook? Hold on a second. Let's see. Hold on. Give me a second. I might have just broke something. Here we go. they hold on. I am going to cancel this and I'm coming back because Facebook just took it down. I will be right back, folks. Hi there, I'm back. Hold on a second. Let me go handle this problem here. Let me people are gonna roll back on. Hold on a second. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Hold on. Let me work on this a second. I know you're live right now. You can later. You might want to go to YouTube, guys. If you were a Facebook person, you might want to go to YouTube because let's see if Facebook allows me to do this. Usually it's YouTube that slaps me on the wrist. All right, here we go. Let me see. Thanks for bearing with me while I fix this problem. Okay, now it's back. Welcome. Okay. Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're back up. So, yes, I got slapped on the wrist. I knew that would have happened. It's okay. I just deleted the video, which is the fastest it's ever happened before. So, no big deal. It's all right. I kind of knew that was going to happen. So, whatever. It is what it is. The good part is that we're back up. I took their slap on the wrist and I said I would delete the video. Okay, but I made a point. Welcome back. Okay, it all shut down and it came back up. Everything seems good now. So I'll actually start from right here because most of you saw it, which is what I wanted. Okay, most of you saw it, and that's a good thing. So if you watched that video, if you were one of the ones that watched that video, and you pointed out that one or two pictures in that video were of people that might not have been great people, but if you missed that 99% of that video was good, then you need to listen to the song Man in the Mirror. Because what does Man in the Mirror mean? It means if you're going to make a change in this world, you have to fix yourself first, right? There's tons of lessons to learn, but you have to fix yourself first. What do you need to change about yourself? Now, you're thinking, well, wait a second. What do I have to do, right? What do I have to do with the whole world? What does myself changing have to do with the whole world, right? Okay. Everything you saw on that video had to do not with racism, not with civil rights, not with war, not with weapons, not with starving children in Africa, right? All those things he was showing you in that video that they created was what was going on, the problem, right? They had problems. We have starving children in Africa. We have war everywhere. We have chaos going on, etc. All these different things, right? But guess what? Just like I said with the sea turtles last night, the same problem. Those are strictly symptoms. Symptoms of a bigger problem, right? You have children starving in Africa. Guess what? There is more food on this planet to go around infinity times over. All right? Yes, my dog is barking. So you have to see that everything they showed in there were symptoms of the greater problem. The greater problem is that we have globalists, we have bankers, we have a cabal destroying the planet. You may think that children are starving in Africa. There is no reason for children to starve in Africa. There is no reason for homeless people to be on the streets. We live on a planet of absolute abundance. All right? Absolute abundance. Everywhere. Water, money, food, shelter, abundance everywhere. But they want you to think that starvation is a thing. It's just, well, it's one of those bad things we have on the planet. No, 100% incorrect. Absolutely not. There should be none of this. So how do you fix the planet? Right? How do you fix it? Well, a lot of people out there are going to say, well, we need to get the bankers not to do this. We need to get more food to Africa. We need to get the homeless people to not be criminal. Yeah, there's so many things that people are going to say. If you go on the street and ask them questions, how to stop all this stuff, they're going to point the finger at somebody else. Do you know who you point the finger at? Yourself. That's all Michael Jackson was saying was, if you want change, you start with the man in the mirror, meaning you. So again, I'll reiterate, if you're one of the people that found one or two things wrong with that video and you completely ignored the 99% that was good with the video, look in the mirror. There are a lot of people out there who are very successful every single day, do a lot of things right. And the really successful ones, you know what they do? They go at the end of the day and they go, okay, what did I make a mistake on today? And how can I be better? What can I do to be responsible for myself to make life better for me and my family? What can I make as an improvement for myself to fix everything else? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if 3.5% of our country and of the world, if they decide to solely just look at themselves and take responsibility for themselves and fix themselves, guess what's going to happen? Everyone else will start doing the same thing. Stop worrying about what your neighbor is doing. If on a daily basis you're angry at somebody, you're angry at something, you're not happy about something, something's pissing you off, you have ill feelings towards somebody, guess who that starts with? Starts with you, me, right? And that's how we actually fix it. I actually came to the realization, you may never actually see who Q is. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying one of the biggest things that Q actually is Q is getting you to look at the world and then getting you to look at yourself. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's a couple people in mind who I think Q might be, and the more I see, the more we go forward. I mean, one of Q might actually be Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson knew about the Illuminati. Michael Jackson wanted out of the music industry. They had him enslaved. If you look at his videos and his music, it's in his music. Now, some people are going to say, well, he was a pedo. He had children problems. He was doing different things. I don't know if he was or wasn't. I do know that he wanted good, whether he made massive mistakes or not. I actually have a feeling they set it up on him. I have a feeling he started speaking out and they tried to take him down. Because go back and look at Michael Jackson, and his music literally changed the entire world. And I have a feeling, is he still alive? I don't know. I hear a lot of people say he is. And if you looked at his actions in the public eye, he did a lot of very good things for the world. I don't know what happened behind closed doors. I couldn't tell you that, but I will tell you, this is something else you have to learn. When you hear about somebody doing bad, who's telling you they did bad? Like the media. The media went after him. Well, what do we know about the media? Well, the media pretty much sucks. The media tries to destroy everybody that is trying to do something good. Let me give you this informational point of view. If the media attacks something or somebody, no matter who it is, you can most of the time get a pretty good idea that person or that group that it attacked are probably doing something good for people, humanity, and the world. Now, if they completely ignore him, I don't know. Like, let's see. They go after Jeffrey Epstein. They don't go after Jeffrey Epstein ever. They never talk about Epstein. And yet Epstein seems to be one of the worst people on the face of the planet, amongst many. And then you hear about people out there trying to change the world and they attack them. I mean, you saw Anderson Cooper on CNN. I showed you the clip where Anderson Cooper attacked Mike Lindell and Dr. Ben Carson for creating a natural product that possibly kills off the magic pathogen. So why would they attack them? So wait, you might be able to buy a bottle of a supplement that might cost $20, $30, $40, $50. Or you might be able to buy a medication that costs like $10 and get rid of the problem. Instead, they attack those two manufacturers and call it snake oil salesmen, and instead push a massive multi-billion-dollar profitable vaccine as well as other things. So, if you want this world to change, do me a favor, and I'll do the same thing. Go sit down at a table and write down the things that you believe you can improve, or literally go into your bathroom or your bedroom or wherever it is where there's a mirror, look at it and go, how can I be a better person? Where are the areas of my life that I am having trouble with, that I'm angry about, or I'm upset about, or that I'm just not happy about, right? And if you go in front of it and you start saying, well, that person did something to me, nope, doesn't work that way. You could have been literally, and I'm gonna tread lightly on this, but you literally could have been a victim of something horrible, and you can still go into the mirror and say, what could I have done differently not to be in that situation, that position? I'm not saying that someone else didn't commit a tragedy or a problem or whatever. But guess what? It takes two or more to get anything accomplished. So why did that enter your life? Because guess what? Q says, where we go one, we go all. What that means is, welcome to quantum. In quantum, guess what? We are all connected. Even though you cannot see it around us, we are all connected. So if something has happened to you, how did you create that into your world, and how did that play out? And then find out how you can at least fix your side of it so that it doesn't happen again. Because guess what? There are no victims in this world. Zero. And that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. I mean, that's a red pill. There is no such thing as a victim in this universe. I had a good friend of mine say they were in an accident, sitting at a light and saying, oh, they got hit from behind. Not hard, but it was an accident. Now, the world would have you play that out as, oh my gosh, I was a victim of a car accident. How dare that person? Instead, that person said, what did I do? How did I pull or bring that in? How did I make that occur? And how can I fix it so that doesn't occur again? The ultimate empowerment is to put yourself in a responsible manner, in a causative way, and say, okay, I could have left the house earlier. I was running a little behind. I said this to somebody. I wasn't happy about this, etc. Next thing you know, boom, 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 universe rolls it out. And I'm not saying you got to be perfect. Trust me. None of us are perfect. My whole point is, how can you be better? Because the better you are, the better your neighbor becomes, and the better literally this planet goes forward. And if we all get on the same page, and by the way, You know, this is not woo. This is literally just called quantum. This is called the universe. This is called how it works. Welcome to energy. Welcome to patriotism. Welcome to America. Welcome to Australia. Welcome to Canada. Welcome to China. Welcome to Russia. Welcome to every single solitary place on the face of the planet and in the universe. It's all connected. If we treat each other better, equally, right? If we treat all, now that doesn't mean everyone's going to make the same amount of money. It doesn't mean everyone's going to get the same opportunities or choices. That's not how this world works. It just means, in the eyes of God, we are all equal. So if you have a problem, look at yourself in the mirror, as he says, and change your ways, because that's ultimately how we fix everything. Now, can I take you to somebody who I would like to have look in the mirror himself, because it would probably be a very good idea? Let's go to some fun stuff. Let's go to the day in complete atrocities. Not really atrocities, but let me show you some people who could change their ways.
The Obama-Biden administration rescued the auto industry and helped them retool. We made solar energy cost competitive with traditional energy and weatherized more than 1 million homes. It's just the beginning if we get reelected.
Now, he said something very interesting there at the end. Did you hear him say? First of all, he said Obama, Biden, or O'Biden. That's what he said. And then he said, if reelected. So, I don't know if he intended this, but he's in front of a big field in the back of him, which is not corn, by the way. They were trying to say it was corn today. It's not corn. Oh, what do you do with Joe? What do we do with Joe Biden? You know he's not the ultimate candidate. Now, I don't know if they flip it out. I don't know if they I don't know what they do, but he needs to look in a mirror and he needs to change his ways. He's talking about getting reelected with Obama. Now, whatever that means, I don't know. I'm not going to even choose to go down that road, because let's not even entertain that thought. But here is the next one for you.
Back with more
Oh, Joe, you smell so good. What is the intoxicating aroma? Ah, Joe, I can sniff you from here.
So hold on. So in that one, by the way, for the record, while he was having his little talk, he had a fly hit him on the left side. And then on the right side, he had, I don't think it was a grasshopper. It was like not even I don't know what it was, because the camera didn't zoom in as well as I want. But he literally is being swarmed by bugs. He had a bug hit him on the left side that he had to slap himself with. And then he had one land here, and he's trying to do this. It looks like a cockroach, kind of. He's in the middle of a field, though. Like, I grew up in upstate New York, and I have been around lots of fields and lots of grass and lots of hay and everything else. And I will be honest with you, I have never had something like that land on me in the middle of just standing around and talking. So this is all of the signs of death, literally. I don't know what they have going on, but they are in a lot of trouble. Now, let's go to some fun stuff, okay? Now, let me show you this one right here. This is tremendous. Basically, Biden brands Trump a climate arsonist and claims he'll have America ablaze and underwater. So that was his little talk. That was his talk in front of the fence today. Blaming floods, wildfires, and hurricanes on President Donald Trump, Democrat presidential nominee Joe Biden claimed electing him instead would help America fix climate change, homelessness, and racism, among other things. And then this was what he actually said. If you give a climate arsonist 4 more years in the White House, why would anyone be surprised if we have more of America ablaze? If you give a climate denier 4 more years in the White House, why would anyone be surprised when more of America is underwater? Biden said. So he is calling the president a climate arsonist. Is that what it is? Yeah, climate arsonist. It's a special. And he said the West is on fire, but he didn't talk about direct energy weapons or BLM people throwing Molotov cocktails in the forest. And I can attest to that. If you heard me last night, I actually have a long distance patient in Oregon who they have visual evidence of watching people in other license plates drive down the road and throw Molotov cocktails out the window into the forest, legitimately setting fires. Arson. There's also a Twitter video out where some woman in, I think, Oregon was driving down the road and found somebody doing it, and she literally jumped out with her pistol on her waist, and she forced the guy down on the ground while she stood over him with her gun until the police arrived to arrest him. They ain't playing around. The Patriots are out and ready to handle business when necessary. So very, very fascinating. Now this goes right into these wonderful videos. So let me show you this, because the president got the opportunity to talk not only to California peeps, but he got to talk and listen to Gavin Newsom. And listen to this.
Will do in the next 20 years is we're sharing maps, we're sharing resources, we're prioritizing, we're doubling the acres, federally managed, state managed, and I will say just humbly, we've got to double it still. Meaning the partnership was significant. It's first in California's history with the U.S. government, but we're going to need to do a lot more.
Well, I'm all for it. That's something I feel so strongly about. You can knock this down to nothing. You know, you go to Europe and different places in Europe, countries where they're forest countries, and they're very, very strong on management, and they don't have a problem. They really don't have, with, as they say, more explosive trees than we have in California. So thank you very much for your comments. But we're working on that very hard together, and I think we're totally in sync. I really think we're totally in sync. Governor, we're going to see you in a few minutes.
So I want to kind of play back. I'm not going to show you again what he stated there. So basically Newsom was saying we need to double our efforts, which also means double our money for what's necessary to handle this quote unquote climate change, right? And the president basically, so Newsom wants some dough. He wants big money to help handle this problem. And basically the president shut it down and said, we can do this much easier. And then also stated that you can manage these lands better, and there's other countries that are managing lands better and getting much better results than California is getting. Meaning, he basically said, California, you suck at what you're doing, and you're spending insane amounts of money to do it. You know, one thing is, the president knows how to not only get something accomplished, but spend efficiently in doing it. Meaning, you don't need to spend. When they built, I think it was the embassy in Jerusalem, I believe that's what one it was. The government and the contractors estimated a bill for an embassy, mind you, of upwards of $10 billion. That's billion with a B. Who in the hell needs to spend $10 billion on a building? And then the president said, we actually found a building that was not being used and we got into it, and everything was done for about $500,000. So wait a second. The government and their contractors wanted to spend $10 billion, and the president got the whole job done in about $500,000. So what he knows that California is literally setting their place on fire to drain the wallets and get more money from the federal government. And this is because they have no clue. They actually do know what they're doing. They're literally trying to go full communist. That's what they're trying to do. Full communism over in California. Now, here is the second video, which I loved even more. And guys, this is fantastic.
Know what we think. Incredible job. So Wade and Tom, please.
Yeah, well, from our perspective, there is amazing partnership on the ground, and there needs to be. As the governor said, we've had temperatures explode this summer. You may have learned that we broke a world record in the Death Valley, 130 degrees. But even in greater LA, 120 plus degrees. And we're seeing this warming trend make our summers warmer, but also our winters warmer as well. So I think one area of mutual agreement and priority is vegetation management. But I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests, and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key. Because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay. It'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually. Tom, please.
So, Mr. President, if you are okay, I'd like to.
So that was by far my favorite of the day, because he said it's going to get colder. You just watch. Meaning, what does the president know that it's going to get colder? You watch. And then he says, we really need to listen to the science. And the president says, I don't really think science actually knows. And what this is, so let me explain to you, because this is where I shift positions from a political standpoint. So when you're talking about environment, and I shouldn't even say positions, because again, throw the Republican Democrat thing out the window, because it's all trash. It's about humanity. It's about the planet. It's about all of us, right? But it always used to be like this whole liberal thing to be environmental, right? And so I personally want the planet cleaned up. I want it saved. I want extinct animals to come back or not be extinct. I want us to be stewards of our environments and our planet, right? But at the same time, I'm going to tell you, the science that they proclaim to you is science is not science. It's complete BS. Not science at all. Just like pharmaceutical science is not science. Climate change science is not science. So yes, I will be one of the ones that says there is no such thing as quote unquote mainstream media climate change / global warming. Now, could our environment be changing? Absolutely, of course. So when someone says, well, then why are the oceans changing? Why are their lands going barren and going dry and desertifying? Desertification. Why is that happening? That's not global warming and climate change. That's not, well, maybe it's the simulated sun. That's not us. That's them. Now, how do I change my way, man in the mirror? Okay, you know what I do? Let's start giving money to these folks up in Massachusetts who are saving turtles. Absolutely. Done. Right? Let's give money to organizations that want to clean up the beaches. Let's do it. Let's spend an hour or two or half a day or whatever it is on the weekend and going to do some community service to clean up your area of the community. 100%. Let's all do that. And we should. We should all dive in and we should help each other. That's what I'm going to do with responsibility. And then we're going to clean things up. We're going to make sure we don't trash stuff. We're going to use less plastic. Let's switch over to hemp products. All these things. But there is no global warming and there's no climate change. That's called the cabal, the deep state, the top of the pyramid, destroying the planet. So when we hear about these rising changes, why are there hurricanes hitting the south? Because they're making storms and manipulating them. Why are there fires in the west? Oh, that's right, because they are mismanaging lands. They're using direct energy weapons, and then they're starting fires. That's why. Why are there cold snaps? Why is weather changing? Because they're doing it. What is our job? To stop them from doing it, to speak out, to handle things, right? Hey, I use a lot of plastic, but you know what I would love? I would love for hemp to become the new plastic. I would love for hemp to become the new clothing. And you can do it in a way that it looks just like the same stuff we have today. That would be fantastic. But so let's all demand that we get that. Let's all stop spending money on stuff that we shouldn't be spending money on. And I can improve in that area just like you can improve in that area. Again, yes, we can blame everything on Antifa. We can blame everything on the cabal. We can blame everything on the deep state. But you know what we need to do? We need to start also voting with our dollars. Okay? Stop going to the stores that provide garbage products and garbage containers and garbage whatever. Stop watching the garbage television. Stop giving the NFL. Stop giving mainstream media. Stop giving all these people ratings where they're making more money. That's what we actually do. So the president is dropping the bomb on a lot of people. Now, I want to show you another video because this one was very interesting. This one, did you know this is the first flight to Antarctica, and I believe at least several months, I think they said, possibly years, okay? Where are they going and why are they going to Antarctica? And what were they loading into the back that was very large? Now, I'm going to show you this as well. Oops, wrong one. Hold on a second. Anyway, I'm going to show you this anyway. But before I do show you that, they shipped something very large that a large truck had to carry. They are flying to Antarctica. I don't know what they're doing in Antarctica. I have my speculations, but I'm not fully sure. Now, life on Venus. Major announcement reveals something might be living in the clouds on Earth's neighbor. What is this? I don't know. I actually have, I'll have to find the article and I'll show it to you. I actually have a piece of paperwork that was actually federal, I think it was FBI documentation. I have to go look for it now that I've said it. That actually showed that Nikola Tesla was confirmed to be from Venus. Now, I read it a long time ago, so I'd have to go look at it again. But apparently, it's possible that Nikola Tesla was from Venus. But now they're saying that it's okay. There is life. There is biological entities on Venus. What are they preparing us for? What are they getting us all set up for? Is it, let's see, we're going to be exposed to light. Have you noticed they're dripping stuff out? They're dripping things. They're dripping information slowly out, okay? Slowly out before they, I think, drop some, honestly, they drop some hammers on us. That's what I think is going to happen. Because I don't know that they can pull the trigger just like this. I think that over time they have to slowly bring it out, and that is, now maybe they slowly bring us and they slowly amp us up, and then all of a sudden, boom, they flip the trigger. That's very possible. But they're definitely getting this ready for, and yes, I believe the word is disclosure. I believe they are getting us ready for disclosure anywhere from 3 months to a year out. I think we have disclosure before next year. That is my personal guess on that. Could be right, could be wrong, but that's what I think. Now, I talked about making changes in the beginning of this. And it's actually very interesting because I also talked about plastic tonight. And so tonight I said that I would end with hormones for both men and women. Now, this is quite honestly might be the number one thing that we see people for. Could be hormone related. Why? Well, I probably ranted on this months and months and months ago, and there's new people tonight, so I will re-rant tonight on hormones. So I'm going to target both men and women. Let me target men first, since I am one, and the men's target is a shorter target. The women, I'll deal with you in a second. All right. And I say deal with you because you're fantastic, but I need to address the problem that women put themselves through and how we need to handle this. Men, first of all, men, guess what? It's time for you to step up and be responsible. Okay. Your health is deteriorating. How do I know? We see it every day. You think that you can eat whatever you want. You think that you're indestructible. You think that just because your father or your grandfather or your uncles or whoever else did it before you, that you can do it as well and that you'll be fine. And the back pain and the chest pain and all this stuff, it'll go away. It comes back, but it'll go away again. And you think that you can live life on this roller coaster and you'll be okay because you have to stay strong for the people that you're taking care of. Well, let me call your bullshit on that one. And I know this from personal experience because I destroyed my body in my teens to about mid to late 20s when I was having heart attack symptoms, chest, down my arm, in my back, massive. I was having anxiety attacks. I was having panic attacks. I was having all the above, right? And I thought that I could eat whatever I wanted to, whenever I wanted to. I thought that I could drink whatever I wanted to, when I wanted to. I went through all of those phases in life. And then I hit the wall, right? Now, maybe you're 30, 40, 50 at this point. And let me tell you, guess what else you're going to hit? You're going to run into that wall of called sexual exhaustion, erectile dysfunction. Yep, I'll call them out on you. No big deal because I see it every day. And you don't take into consideration that you're trying to be responsible by working very hard and pushing yourself and then justifying it by eating or drinking junk and working long hours, but not taking care of the body because you got to take care of the family. You can't take care of the family when you're dead. You can't take care of the family when you had the heart attack. All right? You have to fix yourself. I had the wake-up call, luckily very early, when I found somebody who helped me fix my heart, and my wife was also involved with that, fixing my heart and my thyroid. And trust me, I have taken plenty of iodine in my life for my thyroid, and I have taken plenty of heart supplementation, and I have completely radically changed my diet from when I was 20, 25 till where I am now. All right? But your hormones are going to change. You're going to gain weight. Your testosterone is going to take a dive. You're going to have zero sex drive. You're going to have zero energy, and you have to push yourself all day. And ultimately, you're going to lead into potentially heart attacks, strokes, you name it. All right? Now, let me go to the women. Women, first and foremost, I know, my wife knows, my entire office knows. you're physically and mentally exhausted. I'm not saying all of you. I'm saying the majority of you. Your hair is probably falling out. And you're like, no, it's not. Okay, look at the drain in the sink or the tub. Look at your hairbrush. Is there hair in there? If there is, you have a hormone problem. You got to get under control. You probably have high stress. The adrenals are overtaxed. The thyroid is overtaxed. Then you have your hypothalamus and pituitary, both anterior and posterior pituitary. And the whole system, the endocrine system, is completely beat up. And it's in a very horrible cycle. All right? And you push yourself out of bed every single morning, which is wrong. Your weight might be going up. It could be going down too. So that's what they try to do. They try to label you with hyperthyroid, and they try to label you with hypothyroid, or they throw it into autoimmune, or they throw it into Hashimoto's. And what you really don't understand is it's all the same damn thing. You can take blood tests left and right, but guess what? Blood tests are, one, not accurate, and two, they're just not accurate. I know they're the same thing, right? Because the majority of blood tests I get from people say that they're fine, and they're not fine, and they have a thyroid puffed out. And that's what we see a lot. We usually see the people with the little inner tube going around their neck. That inner tube going around right here, that is a puffed out, that is a inflamed thyroid. Now, I'm not saying it's just your thyroid. Your adrenals are shot too. You're stressed. You're trying to... See, this is what the powers that be at the top did. They split the family apart and they taxed the hell out of you. So everybody had to go to work. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go after your career. That's not what I'm talking about. They broke it up and taxed you to death so that you're basically in a constant cycle of stress. Yes, pink honey. Yes, ovaries as well. The whole endocrine system. Men, it's testicles. Absolutely. So your body's destroyed. Your hormones are... I've had women come to me that literally they had no hormones showing on their diagnostic test. Zero. Gone. And then we wonder why women can't get pregnant. Why are there fertility clinics on every single corner of the street in every single town and city you go into? I'm not saying if you've gone to a fertility clinic and had children that you're wrong. What I'm saying is that's not how the body was designed. The body was not designed so that everyone would have to run to a fertility clinic to get taken care of. And I'm not saying any of us are perfect. What I'm saying is, after studying this over and over again, we know that there's answers. And we know that the endocrine system is probably top 3, maybe top 2, maybe number 1 most abused system in the human body. Yes, liver's there, kidneys there. I totally get it. But the one common thing for humanity right now is they have driven you into the sympathetic nervous system overdrive to where you're constantly in fight or flight and you're stressed. I understand. You're sometimes an emotional train wreck. The cycle each month is horrible. Headaches, etc. I mean, listen to my wife's live. She goes over it a million times because she sees it all the day too. Our practitioners see it every single day, all day. So I felt part of my purpose was to help people change this on a global scale because we know what is going on. All right. Now, I told you Patriot Nutrition was coming because, yes, I can help a lot of people in practice, but guess what? I can only lay so many bricks at the end of the day, and my hands are tied. There's only so much time. Well, there's no time technically, but according to our clock that we have here on planet Earth, I only have so many hours in a day. And so if I'm going to impact humanity as much as humanly possible, I need to scale globally. And when I did this, I wanted to save our country. I wanted to save America. I want to save every country, obviously. I want to save the planet. But obviously, I was born in this country, and I believe it's the greatest country on the face of the planet. And I believe all your countries are amazing as well, but I haven't been to all of them. So in the future, I will come after they get rid of all this pandemic junk. All right? I will be happy to fly and see you. We'll do a talk. We'll do a whole big thing. I would love to. But until then, I have to handle the global problem. And so one of the first things we needed to handle was hormones. Well, actually, the first thing I handled was kids, because it kills me to watch what is happening to the children of our country and our planet. So we need to feed our kids. We need to put nutrition into their body. That ended up becoming number one. But then I said, okay, there's so many kids out here. There's so many families out here who are just busted. I mean, stress, mentally busted. And so one of the things that helped me from the very beginning was iodine. And so honestly, I will tell you, the iodine that I am getting produced for you is the exact same iodine that I was taking in the very beginning. Yes, you can take it orally, you can swish it around, you can put it on your skin, it will get into your body. We have a nation of people between fluoride in the water, which calcifies pineal gland. We have chlorine and chloramines in the water. They both directly take iodine out of the body, out of the thyroid. When you're taking a hot shower on the municipal water system without a filter, the hot water opens up the pores and allows that chlorine and the amines in faster, which will pull out the iodine. Your thyroid is starving for nutrition, for iodine, for minerals. And you wonder why hormones are tanking and nosediving. You wonder why fertility is horrible. It's a combination of pulling out your nutrients and your minerals while also putting in toxins. Okay? So, that's why I started this way. Because guess what? If we're going to reverse the 1 in 36 kids with autism and having our civilization destroyed in front of us, guess what? I'm going to need all of you out there to start producing more healthy children. How are you going to do that? Well, you're not going to do it when your body's destroyed, you're exhausted, you have low testosterone, and you have no cycle. You have to build your hormones back up, and you have to get your body working again. All right? And trust me, we have a nation of men and women based on all the patient charts that I get every day with almost zero sex drive. You're right. How can you have a sex drive if you have no fuel for the body? Right? On top of that, you have no hormones because they told you to stop eating fat. You need cholesterol. The precursor to hormones is cholesterol. So they're stripping you of fats. They're stripping you of cholesterol. Your brain doesn't work. You don't make hormones. They're stripping you of iodine, so it doesn't work. And your body literally goes downhill. So there's obviously a lot of things in there I can cover, like from a water filter, everything else. That's not the point. I wanted to explain to you why I am doing Patriot Nutrition iodine, why it was the first out of the gate, because it's one of those things that can make a dramatic improvement right away. I mean, literally, when people start using it, they actually feel energy go up. So everyone wants to know which one it is. Here you go. Okay, I already put the link in. It's Patriot. We're changing the domain. Okay, patriotsnutrition.com/iodine. We're gonna change that all around. But I put this actually in so that will help you. The link is in there. We'll also send out an email. That's not a problem. I have no issues with that, okay? But we have to get the body working. I don't want you guys' bodies to be destroyed. I don't want your hormones to be in the tank, okay? So this is part of my way of helping honestly give back as much as humanly possible, okay? We need to fix our world. We need to fix our health, all right? And it starts with men and women, because if you're going to fix our children, you got to fix the parents first. There's no way around that. Absolutely zero way around that. And yeah, so people are asking me questions like, can you take it orally? Yes, you can take it orally. I swish it because I want... Iodine will also pull radiation out of the system. Now, it's not going to pull all of it, but it will help the extraction of radiation. So that you can swish it around in your mouth. It'll actually also go in and it'll clean the gums up as well, because the gums take a beating with so much sugar. You can also take it orally, and you can put it on your skin. It will stain, but then it will disappear, okay? I guess there's Q drops. I'm not going to go into those tonight because I usually have to look at them, because I am not like Praying Medic and the others. I am not a decoder. And so if they're decoding, I will have to go and I'll have to look, okay? Got it. So what I'm going to do is either tomorrow night or Wednesday night, I will go on Noble Patriots After Dark. I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm late because of the first thing that happened on the video. So we will do that. And I will handle questions. You can always give questions to us through the back end as well, or through message, and we will handle those. And we will get to as many questions as possible. So I will give you also questions at drjasondean.com. We will do our best to answer as many of those as possible. And if there's another email, I will get that to you as well. I'll talk to my assistant and get all that stuff set up so we can handle as many questions as we want, okay? Awesome. I hope that helps. I will do more questions tomorrow night and Wednesday night, just because I'm running behind tonight on the mess up on Facebook, okay? So we'll go from there. Love you guys all. I hope this helped you. I hope it brought value to you. And as always, tomorrow, serve and help somebody as fast as you possibly can. And as Michael Jackson said, if you do want change, you do have to look at the man in the mirror, and you have to change yourself first. All right? Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, signing off. I love all of you guys. Have a great night.